And last but not least, hello Aquarians. So let's get started on your readings for February. Bear with me. Let's just clear the energy. So I hope you're all well. And a quick shout out to Mags, happy birthday. And Claire, happy birthday this month. So lots of other Aquarians I know actually, but I don't think they actually follow me and follow the cards. So I'll shout out to the people I know who do. So happy birthday, guys. Have a great month. Let's see what's in store for February. So angels, spirits, guys, can we have some energy cards, please, for Aquarius? So cards for Aquarius. Oh, I feel a bit of resistance here. Right. Cards for Aquarius, please. We have the sun. The sun comes out too. Don't start singing, for goodness sake. We've got walking away reversed. And we have the temple path. Okay. Right, as standalone cards, the sun, new cycle beginning. New cycle, huge potential. So it can germinate this month. Something can show up this month. Something can be, you'll see the beginning. It's the seeds being sown that will start to bloom into fruition. So this could be something you start doing this month, or this could be something you've started before and you see it begin to pay off. So now we've got walking away reversed. It can mean lots of things. It can mean that you would like to walk away from a person or a situation or leave a place, but now might not be the right time. You might be not financially able to, or have another job to go to. It's a restrictive card in that sense. It can actually be as well that, we'll see what follows it. It can be when I'm resisting a change, when I'm resisting putting something behind me, resisting leaving a place or a person. And the temple path is very much about the spiritual path, about your emotion, your spiritual well-being, which is tied in with your emotional and your physical, but it's about really knowing aspects of spirituality that support you. And I will always say that you'll know when you're on the spiritual path because of how you feel inside yourself. Because the moment you step off it, the moment that you're maybe a little bit sharp with somebody or unkind or whatever, you'll feel that size and you'll feel discord inside yourself. So it's about, and also the spiritual path is about accepting that there's way more out there, and there's far more to this world than we would ever possibly imagine, and that there is there's in other energies or life, or and we're all connected, and while we're here on this world, we're all part of a huge, great big rich tapestry, and somewhere how we are all connected. Right, let's get the tarot and see where we're going with those. So, angels, spirits, guides, can I have some clarifiers please for sun, walking away reversed, and the temple path? So walking away is the number 27, which is a 9. 9 is normally approaching completion, so you might not want to end something. You just might not want a period to end. So I'm interested to see what tarot we get for that. So angels, spirits, guys, we'll have 3 cards please for, have I got these up? Yeah. 3 cards please for the sun. We have the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Wands. Walking away reversed, we have the 8 of Wands. We have the Fool. And we have the Hermit. and the Temple Path, we have the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and we have the Six of Swords. Right. Interesting. I'm just, 3 cards have just jumped out at me straight away for new beginnings. So something is shifting. There's something coming in. I'm actually, being an Aquarian, as you guys know, I'm actually excited by this, because I think we can all get stagnant. We can all get a bit stuck in what we're doing. I love what I'm doing, but maybe I'd like it to change up a little bit somewhere, that open up a bit more potential, do something, do it slightly different. So I'm open to the new, but that's very much an Aquarian trait, you know, that we like the new, the innovative. We like all that. We'll try anything, you know, at least once. So let's get to the cards. So I'm going to start with the first, the central, the ninth, and we'll talk about those because they have, in their position, they can have an influence on the other cards. So let's get started. So Ace of Swords, new beginning, new start, something, opportunity. It can be a divine opportunity. It can also be that moment of inspiration. And as it's coming out under the sun, straight away, as soon as it came out, I thought, I knew it. There's definitely something new coming into play. And it feels like maybe something that we put into play months ago, have forgotten about it. Something is going to come. But again, it's that knowledge, it's that knowing, it's that light bulb moment in my head when I know exactly what I've got to do. Why am I hesitating? I don't know. But so Ace of Swords, an action card. It's also about communication. So it's about good, positive, healthy communication with somebody. And beginning of something. It could be the beginning of an online friendship. It could be the beginning of a relationship that is conducted online. So I'm going to just throw that out there. We have the Fool. The Fool, I love this card. It's the 0 card in the tarot. It's the first card. He goes through the entire. He's supposed to represent the journey of the tarot. So this is again the new beginning, the new start. Now, note the dog barking at him as he's just about to fall off the cliff here, trying to get his attention. Because the other cards are saying you're gullible, you've got no sense, you don't do any risk assessment. And he would be saying, why should I? I'm so optimistic, I'm so excited, I'm so enthused by life, I'm loving life, I'm on an adventure. I have a new this is my adventure, I'm embracing it, this is my time, this is me coming into my own as I really want me to be me. So it really, and this is the central theme here for the month. So you will be really about finding what makes you tick, what drives you. Okay. Now, I've got the 6 of Swords here. The 6 of Swords will be telling you at some point, you might even be thinking this now, I'm stuck. It's never going to happen. Oh my word, am I ever going to make any progress? Am I always going to be stuck like this? Am I not going to? So negative thinking. So the 6 of Swords would actually be saying, look, you've got land in sight. The only thing that's holding you back here are those swords, which could potentially be an obstruction. And those swords represent our thoughts. So it's what you're telling yourself that can be holding you back. You can be holding you back because you might not be putting enough energy into it. Well, what's the point? You know, I know it's not going to work. What's the point? I know it won't come right. Why should I try? So that sort of thinking, and you would need to be aware of that. You need to shift that energy. It's not helpful. It's not supportive. So, and it's here, and it's holding an important position. So you might slip in and out of it during the month. Just be aware of it, and try and knock it on the head, if it rears its ugly little head. So we have the 8 of Wands. Now the 8 of Wands can be a travel card. It can also, but it's also about news coming in. It's excitement. It's success with potential travel. It's career, maybe upping the job ante. It's about, so it really is quite an exciting card. And I've got the Knight of Wands here as well. So the Knight of Wands would be that change, that and it's an exciting change. And you might be actually this part here might be saying, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for that next day. Oh, I don't know if I'm. So the potential is here. Whether you actually choose to go with it is down to you. The cards are not, they're just saying you have change, the potential for change coming in. You could stop it, but it's entirely up to you. But this is change that excites you. This is change that you're passionate about. This is something you would find really fulfilling. And the speed and maybe which something begins to, I'm going to really be paying close attention to my own cards this month, let me tell you. The speed that which this comes in may take you by surprise. The speed that how it gathers momentum, you might be thinking, wow, I would never have seen that coming in a million years. And you might genuinely be resistant to that change in the beginning because you can't see you can't see the bigger picture. You can't see the potential of the outcome. And the outcome really is good. You've got another ace. Now the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about passion. It can indicate following my dream, fulfilling my dream. What is your dream? Because this has now got a chance to happen. So something is about, it's about fertility. So an idea, a concept, a dream could be becoming fertile. The time is right for doing something, moving into something. For some, not everyone, it can indicate a pregnancy. It can be about getting pregnant or something that I'm grasping for the right word, the potential for pregnancy here. So it can be about moving into a cycle of having a very fertile time for biological purposes, but also for the creation of your, in your career. And for some people, now, like myself, I would be thinking I'm not in a job per se. I do my own thing, and it's saying about but really rising to the occasion, making more of your creativity, really taking it to the next level. These are all next level cards, and you getting that moment of absolute clarity when you think, yeah, this is right for me. This feels right. This is the right. And I've just spotted the King of Wands as well, and so So look at you've got 4 wands here, 2 aces, the Fool. So it's all about that creativity. Now this is when you might actually really begin to realize the potential of what you have in you. And you actually begin to get out of your own way because he is very driven. Now, let me point out to you that as an actual if he represents an energy, which he can well do in your cards, he can represent Aries, Leo. He's often a Sagittarian. In a relationship, he's exciting. He's urbane. He's cultured. He's well read. He makes the party. He is so charming. Birds out of a tree have got nothing on this person, but he's not the committing type. You would have to know that this is hugely exciting. It could be an affair, but he doesn't do commitment. So be aware of what you're getting yourself into. If you choose, it's entirely up to you to have a fling or enjoy a period with this energy, the King of Wands. Now, the Knight of Swords can be, but again, I'm going to go back to his other representation, and that is he's about following the dream, following the passion, not allowing anything to stand in the way, getting rid of any walking away from negative thoughts. Anything that doesn't support my dream, I'm getting rid of it. I'm going to examine my thoughts. I'm going to examine everything that I'm either thinking or doing. If it's not lending itself to my goal, my ambition, my dream, it's got to go. It's got to go. I'm walking away from unhealthy, unsupportive, everything. But as a career card, he would be saying, you can do it, go for it. If, you know, get fired up. He is full of fire, drive, passion. And so just know that you've got, in this one little reading, Aquarians, you have 4 really, really, really strong wands cards. And that is all about your creativity, meeting, getting, fulfilling your dream, fulfilling your need to do something, fulfilling your drive to do something. And he's very successful in what he does because he goes all out. So it's really a card of working out what you want, what you desire, and going after it big time. Okay? And now you also have the Knight of Swords here. So the Knight of Swords is an air energy. So it can be a Gemini, a Libra, or a fellow Aquarian. And he would be urging you, come on, come on, come on, you know. So this could be for single Aquarians. You can have 2 different energies this month trying to get your attention, maybe competing for your attention. One you will be incredibly attracted to, and the other one will be just pushing and pushing and pushing you, either to do something with the person or to, you know, or to act in a certain way. So quite interesting energy styles. If he's pushing you to go into business or do something with him, just know that he doesn't do very, very good risk assessment. Neither does a fool, mind you. But he tends to come right because that is part of his fate, his journey. This one can be impetuous, and he can often shoot his mouth off. So it's all about, so he can actually maybe cause a little bit of trouble. So be aware, because these court cards aren't gender specific. This can be your tendency, Aquarians, this month to go into that energy. And the Knight of Swords would be impetuous, reckless, and he can say or communicate things that are best not communicated and best left unsaid. So this is a card of saying something and then regretting it, or saying something and then backing it up with bravado. So just be mindful this month of how you communicate with people. Okay? Right. Now, your last card here is the Hermit. The Hermit is very much, I mean, people go, oh, I've got the Hermit. And I think, well, you should maybe be glad, because this is a card of really powerful and strong internal resources. He would be saying, you know, you're on a journey, because he's come out with the Fool, and there's going to be times in this life when you have to do it by yourself. You either have to be by yourself for periods of time, or you have to face situations by yourself. Because, I mean, you can't exactly call your boyfriend or your partner into work and say, go on, speak to my boss. You can't, can you? So this is a card about internal resources and strength of character. And he chooses when he wants company. He chooses to dip in and out. So it's about being fussy. And he also will say your way will be lit. Your path is being made clear. So if you've been doubting how it is looking for you, the Hermit's going to be there with his trusty lamp to say, you're enough. You're going to see, you're being guided. You'll see your way. You know, stop panicking. And land is in sight here as well, don't forget. So I'm hoping that a couple of things for me come to conclusion this month, let me tell you. So as I say, I'll be paying close attention to my own cards this month for us Aquarians. Now, really amazing career opportunities or creativity opportunities that can morph into an income, and which then can be built into a career. So what sideline are you doing? What else are you doing that may be out with a job that you can take full time? This is really about the realization of a dream or a passion that you're going to feel quite this energy quite strongly this month, Aquarians. Right, let me now draw 3 Temple Path cards. And as I say, we've got the Sun, so we've got that new beginning, growth, fertility, seeing our projects begin to flourish, seeing our dreams beginning to flourish, beginning to happen, seeds being sown. I'm loving it. So angels, and I don't normally follow my own cards because I don't read for myself. That's why sometimes I like to go for a reading to someone else. So angel spirits, guides, 3 enchanted map cards, please, for Aquarius. And we have spirit of place. Let me see if I'm holding those upside down or if that has come up. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not. So actually, spirit of place. So spirit of place, it's a funny thing. The actual Colette's book about the, spirit of place is about answering a question. And so it's saying, what's a querent bringing to the tarot reading? What is it they want to know? Because that the answer is actually within themselves if they look, which I always think is a bit wishy-washy. But for me, spirit of place as a card can represent that place where I just know that I'm home. And home is also you, yourself. So for me, this is very in tune with the temple path. It's when I know I'm on my spiritual path. When I know that I feel what I'm doing is right for me. It doesn't have to be right for anyone else, but it's right for me. And that's what spirit of place represents to me. Now, the fact that it's reversed is saying that this month we might not feel that way. We might be having doubts about our path. We may start to question our path. Magic prayer. So the power of prayer, the power of affirmations, the power of our words and our thoughts. Because before we can speak them, we have to think them. So we need to be aware of the power of our... And I'm always banging on about this, as you probably are bored listening to, but they are so powerful. And affirmations. So if we're stuck with something, if we're stuck with trying to achieve a dream, what affirmations can we say daily to ourselves that can help penetrate to that subconscious level that is maybe blocking us? Whereas subconsciously I'm saying to myself, it's never going to happen, it's never going to happen, it's never going to come right. And so we need to chip away at that. Magic prayer, so prayer in all forms, and affirmations, and the power we have in communicating with others in a loving way. And strength. So strength, which is a double 4 here, 44. Strength is about not just enduring. And sometimes I really hate that saying, God doesn't give you anything any more than you can bear. But there is a certain, for me, truth in it. But it's not just about that. It's about having the strength of character to meet challenges and to accept challenges, and not to start putting yourself in, not to pigeonhole yourself into saying, oh no, I can't. Oh, I could never do that, me. Oh no, not me. We don't want that sort of energy. That is not Aquarian energy. We fly high. So, and strength in traditional tarot is also about taming the beast, because traditionally she's stroking the lion and the lion's all compliant. So this is about taming the internal beast of what? Negativity, doubt, when I'm putting myself down, when I'm second guessing myself. And let's face it, we all do it sometimes. I catch myself doing it, and yet I'm adamant about pay attention to your thoughts, and I do pay attention to my thoughts, and I catch myself doing it. I catch myself saying, well, that wasn't your best reading, was it? That was a bit rubbish. That wasn't, and being very critical of myself when actually I should be. And then I think, stop doing that. Just don't do it. Don't engage. That was a great reading. Somebody's going to love it. It'll resonate with somebody. Don't second guess yourself down. Don't second guess yourself. Don't do yourself down. It doesn't help. It just doesn't help. So let's finalize your reading for February, Aquarius, with 3 soul cards. So angel, spirits, guides, can we please have 3 soul cards? What do Aquarians have to give a little thought to this month? Success. Yes. Okay, success. So think about success. Have a think about it. What does success actually mean to you? Now, on the wording of the card, it says, I know that there's no greater goal than to love. Yeah, I always think that's a bit wishy-washy personally. For me, yes, I'll accept. These are James Van Praag's cards, so he's the designer of them. So I know what he's saying here, because ultimately, as spiritual beings, it's all about love. And that's the spiritual aspect of self. But I'm also a human being, as you are, and I'm also very aware of my material world, and I need to make a success in some areas. Not number one, either to feel good, to feed my self-confidence, to have that ability to stand on my own 2 feet. But I might have a mortgage to pay. I might have food to put on the table. I may have children to clothe and send to school. So success for me is, you're being asked to think about success. What does it mean to you? This is it about spiritual success? Is it about material success? Or is it a mixture of both? Failure. Oh, now that's interesting. We get success and failure. Now, the wording on the card says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn, right? Now, that Spirit of Place card, that's when we're beginning to doubt ourselves. A lot of it in people, and when we do the work in therapy, a lot of people's resistance, and there's some resistance here, a lot of people's resistance to maybe trying something new or starting to box themselves in, and they don't want to take a risk because they don't want to do failure. And some people can brush failure off quite easily without a care in the world, and they'll just say, yeah, okay, I'll try it again and whatever. Whereas some others might be prostrate on the ground, hand on their head, woe is me, woe is me, I'm forever cast a failure. So failure is about how we look, how we view things ourselves. So it's a learning curve. Every time we get something wrong, we've learned from it. So I think it's a really valuable tool. And without going into lecture mode about that, but to embrace success, you need to be aware of your attitude to failure. And health. Okay, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Well, this particular physical vessel has been on a stringent diet, and it better start showing soon, let me tell you, because the soul part is on a mission, but the human part is struggling. Anyway, but I am on, and actually as well, I'll just add this as a quick afterthought, I'm doing a lot of watching, reading, listening to Joe Dispenza. What an inspirational guy, especially in a field which I love, which is about how we think. So anyway, and that's all about improving your health, improving conditions, getting rid of conditions we've been told are lifelong by changing the way we think, and in meditation. Really interesting. So if you're ever stuck with something that you think conventional medicine or it's not a good outlook, go to Dr. Joe Dispenza and start having a little look and investigate. Anyway, Aquarius, I hope that all made sense to you, and see you next month. Let me know, please, how any of this resonated. After the course of the month, let me know how you got on. Did any of it stick in your mind? What parts do you think were right? And I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, take care. Bye for now.